What's up, everybody? It is your boy Baddog here with a New York Giants video. Obviously, everybody has talked about this. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel out huge. If you wouldn't mind doing that for me, I'd really appreciate it. Worked a very long day today. I'm just getting home now. So I'm making this video. I got to eat. I'm starving to death. I'll be live for the Lakers a little bit later on. You want to come by and discuss Daniel Jones for a little bit, that's fine. But obviously the gigantic news, the giant news, if you will, is Daniel Jones. He's going to be back for the foreseeable future. 4 years, $160 million, $82 million guaranteed, and with incentives upwards of $195 million, which means if he fulfills all incentives, if my math is correct, it's $48.75 million a season, which is kind of what he was asking for, right? So they kind of negotiated. Daniel Jones wanted 45 plus million. The Giants were closer to 40 million. He gets 40 million, but incentives can get him up to almost $49 million a year. And as far as what I read, and again, I've been working all day. I get updates here and there. I see some things on Instagram, Twitter, but I didn't really get a chance to research the entire thing. I think this is $19 million against the cap this year. And of course they tagged Saquon Barkley. That's the next thing. And I don't think that they tagged him so that Barkley plays under the tag. I do think they want to do something with Saquon, but obviously they didn't want to lose him to free agency where other teams can negotiate with him. I think that the Giants want to handle that. I'll say this. I think that Daniel Jones, and it's obvious, Daniel Jones got paid. Well, let's put it this way. There's going to be some people that are totally pissed about this. The Daniel Jones haters are going to hate this. And every single mistake he makes, they're going to bury it. They're going to bury him for it. There's no question about it. And then there's going to be some fans that are like, oh, the Giants totally screwed themselves. They could have just signed him to the fifth-year option for $22 million or $23 million, I think it was. And they didn't do that, and it's stupid. Daniel Jones got paid on what they believe his future is, not what his past is. You know, people can say that, whatever, but listen, there was a lot of questions going into the year. So people that are mad that they didn't just give him $23 million in a fifth-year option, hindsight's always 20/20. If Daniel Jones would have came out and they would have given him that fifth-year option, and in 2022, he had a year where he missed half a season because he got hurt, and he threw 6 touchdowns and 14 interceptions and went back to fumbling the football, and the Giants were a 4-win team, everybody would have been pissed off that they signed him to a fifth-year option. Joe Schoen had no allegiance to Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones had earned that contract. He did. Giants won a playoff game for the first time since they won the Super Bowl. Okay. Did he have a great season? Statistically, no. He had a good season. But, like I said, he's getting paid on what they believe his future performance will be. I would like to see Daniel Jones get some talent around him. That is what the people say, oh, you're eatable, the cap space. For you people that are worried about the cap space, number one, they can maneuver the cap around. Okay, that's what these GMs do. And I've mentioned this before. Brandon Brown and Joe Schoen came from Buffalo and Philadelphia. They're two of the best teams with the cap. Okay. You build teams through the draft. You don't do this through free agency. You want to draft good players so that you end up paying your good players to stay around. Now, people are going to, like I said, the Daniel Jones thing has been polarizing from day one. I'm a guy that, like I said, I don't know how many millions of people saw my reaction. I wasn't happy with it. And I've been critical of Daniel Jones. And I feel like my criticism has always been warranted. I didn't kill him when he had a good game. I would get mad at him when he had a bad game, and I would question it going into the year. If he was the guy, I didn't believe he was the guy going into 2022. And like I said, neither did the GM, because if they truly believed, they would have gave him the fifth-year option. So it ain't just me or other fans that didn't believe in it. Joe Schoen said you got to prove it too. You know, I tweeted out Daniel Jones got paid. He didn't get dimes. He got a lot. And, oh, no, I'm sorry. I tweeted out earlier that I said Daniel Jones, because this is before he signed the contract, I said if he gets this money he's looking for, there's going to be a ton of pressure. I can't imagine the pressure of having to live up to this contract. And somebody actually removed their response. And it said the response was something like more pressure than, going into the year, not having a 5th-year option, having to play with a bad team around him. And the answer is obviously yes. There was a couple of people that definitely believed in Daniel Jones. There's a few people. The minority of people believed in Daniel Jones going into the year. He gave them their credit. The majority of people questioned, is he the future? The majority of the people and in the media didn't think the Giants were going to do much. There wasn't a lot expected of the Giants. So, no, there was no pressure for him to perform because a lot of people just kind of threw him away and said, he ain't coming back. I didn't think he was coming back. I didn't think the Giants were going to be a playoff team. 7 wins. I thought they'd improve. I thought they'd get better, but I didn't see what they did. I didn't see with that roster them being able to win 9 games and get into the postseason and beat Minnesota on the road. The other thing with Daniel Jones is let's look at what he's had to work with in the past. No structure. Consistent changing of head coaches, offensive coordinators, number of players around him, different systems, guys getting hired and fired mid-season. Injuries have plagued them, right? So even John Mara said they didn't do a lot to set him up for success. Well, now we're going to get to see. And it's 4 years. It's 4 years. So, like I said, cap maneuver, they can get out after 3. If he's no good, it's a chance you got to take. You need a quarterback. He proved that he could win. He proved that he could win football games with lesser talent around him. And to me, that spoke volumes. The Daniel Jones showed this year, to me anyway, and again, who the hell am I? I'm some dude on YouTube. He showed to me he could win games. He had the best performance of his career against Minnesota. Okay? Did he have a great game against Philadelphia? No. But how are we going to just look at, again, there would be people that just focus on that terrible game he had against Philadelphia. And it wasn't just him. Philadelphia's just way better than we are. But they just want to throw away the game he had against Minnesota. They want to throw away the 5-game winning drives that he had. Talk about he only threw for 15 touchdowns. And it's amazing how when people talk about Jalen Hurts, they'll talk about all the rushing touchdowns and all the rushing that he has and how he's a good runner. And nobody wants to give Daniel Jones credit for 700 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns. Everybody wants to talk about Lamar Jackson. Like Lamar Jackson doesn't have any talent there. Baltimore is always one of the most talented teams in the league. They don't want to give Daniel Jones any credit for anything positive. Some people just want to knock him and just look at the numbers. I've said this before and I'll say it again, man. Numbers are for Madden football and fantasy football. That's where the numbers. I don't care about his statistics. I want to win games. It's the statistic I care about. He won games for the Giants. In a new system, first year under Daboll's system, throwing to Richie James and David Sills and Lawrence Cager there at the end, right? Daniel Bellinger was out. Wan'Dale Robinson got hurt. So Shepard got hurt. We all know Kenny Galladay was an utter failure here. Kadarius Toney got traded away midseason. Darius Slayton only made the team because of injuries and because he took a pay cut. He probably ain't going to be back next year either. I'll be surprised if the Giants give him money. Darius Slayton's going to get paid, and he should. But I don't think the Giants can afford that now. So he's had no stability. He's had no great talent around him. Still able to win a playoff game. To me, that says that he has what it takes. He's always shown flashes. And again, I believe he was more consistent this year. They are paying him on the future. This is what you have to do as a GM. Now, it may backfire. He may regress. He may be bad. We may go back to winning 5 games. And then everybody that hates him can rag on him and dump it on and come out and go, I told you that was too much money. I told you I didn't want to pay Daniel Jones money. And then if Daniel Jones has a great year and his stats go up because he's in the second year, there's more structure. He knows he's under contract. There's no pressure to perform for a contract now. There may be pressure to live up to the contract. but you get better players around him. You start building around your quarterback, knowing he's going to be your future. He may have a much better year statistically. And the Giants may win 9 games again. Maybe they win less. Maybe they win more. Maybe they win a couple of playoff games. But if he has a better season, he continues to increase, those same people aren't going to give him any damn credit. They won't come on here and admit they're wrong. I can admit I was wrong about it. I don't give a shit if I'm wrong. I don't care. Like I said, I come on here and give you my opinion. I'm not an analyst. I'm not an ESPN guy. I don't want to be on ESPN. I don't want to be on NFL Network. I don't want to be that guy. All right? I don't want to tweet out everything every move the Giants make. I'm not that guy. There's other content creators out there that want to be that person. I don't want to be that guy. I just want to give you my raw emotion. That's all this channel is. It's just my raw emotion when it comes to everything that I do, everything that I talk about. It's just my emotion. That's it. That's it. But to me, I think the Giants made the right move. I really do. Now, did they pay him a little more than I wanted them to pay? Yeah. But you know what? The cap goes up every year. Quarterbacks make a ton of money. I mean, Derek Carr got a lot of money. Kyler Murray got a ton of money. Dak Prescott. It's just the way it is. If you're a starting quarterback in the NFL, you are getting paid big time. Again, the cap increases every year, which means the cap hit lessens every year. And by the end of this 4-year deal, hopefully we're talking about what a good deal it was and they got a bargain. That's all we can hope for. We don't know the future. Nobody can predict the future. There'll be people who feel says, I told you it was bad. And at the same time, if he's really good, those people will say, they'll find some other excuse. What I can say is this. I've seen comments on my Instagram. I've seen comments on my videos talking about, I'm so sick of this guy and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to mention names of this dude always says number 8. I haven't seen him on my channel. I would just calls him number 8. Well, you people that are really, you might as well go root for another team because like it or not, Daniel Jones is the quarterback of the New York Giants, like I said, for the foreseeable future. So if you really are that hung up on the fact that you don't like him, then go root for another team. Because like it or not, you must. If you're a Giants fan, I don't care if you like Daniel Jones or don't like him. You got to root for him because if he succeeds, the Giants succeed. And if he fails, the Giants fail. I want him to succeed. I want the Giants to win. I'm a Giants fan. I don't care if he throws for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. I don't care if he throws for 80 yards and runs for 2 touchdowns. All I care about is him helping the Giants win games, win playoff games, and hopefully win a damn Super Bowl. That's what I care about. Obviously, Brian Daboll, Joe Shane, Brandon Brown, they believe that that Daniel Jones is the quarterback that can take them there. Only time will tell. Anyway, that's all I got in this video, and I'm sorry if you made this for you're a trooper. I kind of jumbled around again. I worked all freaking day, and I just wanted to make a video giving my thoughts on it. Like I said, that's a little more than I would have given him, but at the end of the day, I said in my last video, I'm guessing 5 years, $200 million. Well, somewhere close to that. Anyway, like I said, if I don't see you for the Lakers tonight, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. It's Bad Diggy Dizzle. Enjoy the rest of your night, buddy. I'm out. Peace.